Hey guys, you got the Dragon here again with Dragon Worx. And yeah, getting a little busy here with the bikes. Can you tell what time of year it is? But I thought I'd do a quick recap, just finishing up here for the day. And I just thought I'd do a little recap. People are wondering what's going on with certain things. So I was working on the 78 GL 1000 Gold Wing. We're doing a little revival for the customer, getting it back up and running and everything. Doing the carburetors, the timing belts, the brakes, plugs, flushing the fuel system, fixing some electronics, all that kind of stuff. So I had the carbs off and had them clean, rebuilt, ready to go. And then he wanted me to touch up the engine paint down there. So I did that, got that done, and finally got the carbs and everything back on, getting that thing ready to go. And then he stopped me on that and brought me this 2007 GSXR 600 that needed to get running. So I got it running. And then we discovered we had a little bit of coolant mixing in the oil. So did a little diagnostics and found that there was a freeze plug inside the motor down here that popped out and was letting the coolant out into the engine. So I repaired that, got it all fixed up, got it buttoned back up there. And then we discovered that his fuel tank over there on the shelf has a pinhole in it and all the gas is leaking out. So we got to get that repaired so we can put it back on the bike, so we can get it up and running again, ride it, make sure it shifts and ride good. And then I believe he's going to go ahead and buy all the plastics for it and let me install that, get the headlight on, get it all back. It'll look brand new. And then I believe that bike's going to be up for sale. And you remember my 79 Suzuki GS 850 Brat project, just been sitting in the basement a lot, so I got it down here at the shop so I could get this thing finished. If I have to look at it every day, I'll get to working on it. So sorry if rushing along here a little bit. This is kind of quick, but that's how I work too, so you just have to follow along and deal with it. And good customer of mine here on the Shovelhead, you guys remember this. The guy got a good deal on this thing. Picked it up cheap. It'd been sitting for a while, wasn't running. We did some checks on the engine, found out the compression was low. So he decided to go ahead and let's freshen this thing up a little bit. So we're going to do a top end kit, get the cylinders, piston, ring kit, and I'm going to throw a hotter cam in there. And the reason why it's still sitting is because we were having a little bit of trouble identifying some things. I believe the cases are original to the bike, but the cylinders and the heads are not to this bike. And the heads, hang on a second, follow along here. So we got the crown style heads. That's a very good thing. That's what everybody wants. You got a shovel head, you want the crown. You don't want them later ones that are just flat in here with no fins. They're no good, but there's supposed to be some numbers to identify these. I don't know what these are, if they're some kind of aftermarket. I found like this little number stamped. Where is it? Over there. There's a 52 there, and then there's some random numbers like this here. It could be a 6 or a 9, but it's not the numbers that I need to identify it, but they are like 74 to 78 style or something. But the reason I'm saying all this is because we don't know what size cam we can put in here until we know how much lift we got. So I'm actually going to have to take them all apart and measure how much lift we can get in here and all that so we can get the proper stuff ordered. So that's what's going on over here right now. And I already had him go ahead and pick up a rebuild kit, S&S rebuild kit for the Super E Carburetor, Shorty Super E. And we picked up a high flow Pingle petcock, because these stock ones, they don't flow very well, and this one's shot. It's leaking fuel everywhere. By the time you rebuild it, you might as well just buy a new one, because that won't flow enough fuel once you start doing a little bit of performance work. You don't even want to take a chance, because pistons are made out of aluminum, and if you get too much air and not enough fuel, it'll get hot and melt the pistons and blow your motor up. So after you spend a couple grand on a motor or something, you don't want to melt it. Hey, you remember the Yamaha Venture 1300? Yeah, I did the carbs on it. It's starting to run better. I had valve sticking on the engine. Tomorrow I'm going to be flushing that out, put some new oil in it, some Marvel mystery oil. That'll loosen up that valve train and get that running better. But it's got a lot better. Today I did the fork seals and the front brake pads. When this bike first got here, it wouldn't even sit on the kickstand. The forks were so bad it would just dive down to the front, and then it made the bike tip, and it would fall over if you left it on the kickstand. So we had to put it on the center stand or put a jack under it the whole time. But this thing's coming along good. Tomorrow I got to do, like I say, the oil, back brakes. Then I can get it out. Well, I button it up. It's got a bunch of side panels that go on it. I can button it up, and then I can get a test ride on it, and then I can start doing the final calibration on the carburetors, do some fine tuning, some test and tune on that puppy. And that'll be done soon. So yeah, he's going to be real happy. Here we go. We got a customer just brought me these. Same customer owns both bikes. He's got like 6 or 8 bikes I work on, and his cars, his fiance's car, his daughter's car, his whole family or whatever. This is his 2007. Battery's running low now. It said it was going to dim the light. Anyway, got to make it quick. 2007 Suzuki Bandit 1250. He and I are going to go on some long trips, 3,000-mile trips this year, hopefully. So I need to get this checked out, service, do the valves, the fluids, the chain, and everything. And he also brought me this 2015 Royal Enfield. It's a tribute to the 535 Cafe. Fuel injected, really nice bike. I got to service that. And he bought this front fairing for it that goes over the headlight, like that Kawasaki I did. It covers this right here. You probably know what I'm talking about. I got to fabricate that so it'll fit. And then we're going to paint it the yellow and do a white stripe to match the badging on the side. Okay, so then I'm kind of hustling up here, guys. Sorry, it's a little quick video. Got the chopper here, came in. I had to do some tightening on some fasteners and stuff like that. I got to install a compression release on it, put a new battery in it, finish cleaning it up, then tune it, test and tune it also, and then it'll be done, and this bike will be ready for sale. So, that, like I say, that's kind of a quick, choppy little recap for you, a little update or whatever, but that's also how I work. I just buzz around here like a bee. You can see that that's what I got to do to get all this stuff done. But anyway, just thought I'd do a quick video. The shop's full of bikes. Looks more like a bike shop than anything. I wish it could be that way, but I learned from the past, you can't hardly make a living just doing motorcycles, so I'll do anything that's got an engine in it. All right, guys. Appreciate you following along. Hope that was informative. Get you up to speed there. And Dragon says, thanks for watching, and peace out.